If you think it's done, you're wrong. Next, they then turn their attention focused to another segment, which is the prayer methods. They understood a timeless truth that human beings need choice not only in choosing the gods but also in the very methods of prayer. Why? Because no two minds are alike. People differ in the level of understanding, in the ways of comprehension, and in their inner inclinations. For some, prayer appeals when it is structured. For others, unstructured. For some, it could take the form of the occult. For others, the beauty of recitation or the discipline of rituals. Some connect through dance and song, others through idol worship, and some through the vastness of the formless. And so our tradition provided every path, every method, every choice. Each seeker could walk the way that suited their heart, their intellect, and their nature. What did this achieve? It made us expansive, it made us tolerant, because when we already had multiple ways of prayer methods within our own fold, why would we be disturbed by the ways of others? Why would we mock or criticize or condemn other prayer methods? Instead, we learn to accept, we learn to respect. And doing so, we ensured peace. For our sages knew that even prayer methods, if misunderstood, could become a cause of conflict and violence. And so they dissolved the very root of the conflict by offering complete freedom in the methods of worship. At first, we were ridiculed for having many gods. Then we were mocked for idol worship. Soon the focus shifted to our rituals, dismissed as irrelevant, cumbersome, illogical, and a waste of time. Many said, look, our prayers are never long and time-consuming. It's just 2 minutes and we are done. These criticisms did not come only from outside. They were echoed from within as well. Yet, what was once derided as outdated and irrational is now quietly being rediscovered and rebranded as something deeply relevant. Practices that are meaningful, beneficial, and increasingly seen as essential for the well-being of society. Why? Thanks to Christine Lagarde, professor of psychology at the University of Texas, Austin, and founder of the Center of Applied Cognitive Sciences, has shown through her research that rituals is not a relic of the past. It is a living force, one that builds emotional resilience, promotes public health, brings behavioral changes, and most importantly, rituals reduce anxiety. Look at what the late Bibek Debroy told about rituals. He said, rituals are a profound reminder of restraint. Hinduism has the longest and the largest ritual practices when compared to other faiths. See the number of guardrails, checks that have been developed by our rishis, sages to keep the society secular and non-violent. In fact, it was these deeply rooted civilization guardrails that created the fertile ground on which Mahatma Gandhi could advance the philosophy of non-violence. Can you imagine how vibrant the laboratory of religious thoughts that must have been active for our rishis, sages to ideate, to debate, experiment, and create such elaborate rituals? Which incidentally is not for superstition, not for pleasing their own gods, but for the calmness of the human mind, for their inner readiness to accept other gods, other faiths, other prayer methods. Instead of attributing India's secularism to the brilliance of our rishis and sages, one says it is because of languages and the other says it is because of migration. Well, let's move on because it's still not done.